Hi there guys. In this very brief video, the introduction to the espresso machine, not specifically the Gaggia, but the espresso machine, I'm just going to go over the basic components you will find in any home single boiler espresso machine. So you have the case, which can either be plastic or stainless or some mixture of the above items typically. You will have a power button, a steam button and a brew button, or alternatively a dial which will switch between those three functions. You will have a steam knob which you turn on to expel steam from the steam arm which is underneath it. The steam knob can sometimes be on the top or even on the other side of the machine, and likewise the steam arm can change sides as well. But the principle remains the same. So once you switch your steam on and it gets up to temperature, you switch your steam knob on to actually expel the steam into your milk jug. Under here you will have what's called the group head. Now the group head is the bit that the boiler feeds water to. It goes through a dispersal screen and then through a shower screen. The shower screen is so called because it resembles the shower head in your shower. It's a plate with lots of little holes. This spreads the water and disperses it evenly into your portafilter basket, your coffee basket, and that's this particular item here. Either a double or a single portafilter basket, which like a shower screen has got lots of very fine holes at the bottom for your extracted coffee to push through. Now the portafilter basket, which snaps in and out, sits inside the group handle. As you can see here, in this case this is made of brass and is chrome plated, which retains heat incredibly well, and you'll have a dual pouring spout, or on some machines you'll have a single pouring spout. Some of them will have a twin sort of horn shape, upside down horn shape pouring spout. The principle remains the same on all of them. It doesn't really matter how that's designed. It will create two streams of coffee when you're using a double basket, which will allow you to extract two single espressos into two separate cups, one under each one. The basket snaps into place, and using these lugs and a rubber seal under here, it simply screws in and locks in place with a firm little push into here. Down here you have an exhaust pipe for the three-way solenoid valve. Not all espresso machines will have this. This is a handy feature because as water is pushed through your coffee, when you finish brewing you switch the brew off and it will force the solenoid valve will close and force the excess water back up and down through here into your drip tray, so that when you unlock your group handle you won't have lots of water floating on top of your coffee puck, so you won't have what's referred to as a soupy puck, which is very messy to get rid of. The drier it is, the easier it is. Just give it a tap into your basket or bin or whatever you dispose of your grounds into. They are compostable, by the way, so all you folks that are very into gardening, get yourself a knock box or just a plastic container and knock your used grounds into that and then throw it in your compost. That's a good little tip there. And then you can just give that a rinse and a wipe out. You can just rinse it under there, tip it out and give it a wipe out. Under here you have the drip tray, and it will typically have a metal mesh top screen and a tray to catch water in underneath, like so. Some of them may have a little extra bit, like this dispersal plate which sits on the top. Entirely optional whether you want to use that. That just is designed so that you don't get lots of things splashing back up at you, I guess. And then typically at the back of the machine, in this case this pulls out from the front after you've taken off the portafilter head and moved the steam arm out of the way. You can pull this out from the front, and here's your water container. This holds about 1.8 or 1.9 litres of water, so it's quite a good size, and it's also fillable through the top of the machine. Some machines will have the water container fixed in place, some of the cheaper ones. Most of the slightly pricier ones will have a removable water container, so you can give that a good clean every now and again, and it will either pop out from the back or slide out from the front or something similar. So that's the basic components of an espresso machine. So I hope this is useful. I'm going to be uploading a few espresso machine videos in due course, so please check those out. There are going to be some dedicated specifically to the Gaggia Classic, because this is a machine I've just recently sort of moved on to after a very cheap basic espresso machine I've had for a few years. Now I'm getting a bit more picky about my coffee. I'm roasting my own and such. But I hope that was a useful little introduction to an espresso machine and the key components, and thank you for watching.